Yes. So today let us try to understand about system tasks. So there are few system tasks which are useful for us to print the contents into our console. So what are those system tasks? Let us try to understand, and those system tasks behavior. Let us try to understand. So the very first system task which we have already seen in our previous sessions also, that is nothing but our dollar display. So this dollar display is used to print the contents into the console. Okay. So what is the format of this? And if you see any keyword with dollar symbol, then it is a system task. Okay. So any keyword which is having a dollar symbol with it, then it is a system task. So we have basically three type of system task for printing. One is dollar display, and another is dollar monitor, and followed by dollar strobe. Okay, so these are our system tasks which we are going to discuss. So these are useful for displaying the things, but each task has its own behavior. Okay, so first of all, let us see the syntax. How to use this dollar display is, if you want to print any message, you can write that particular message inside your double quotes, whatever the message you wanted to use. And if you want to print any binary value, or if you want to display any binary value, you can use a format specified %b. Okay, this is your format specifier, and whatever the value you want to display, the value of this particular variable, you can write down that particular variable. In this dollar monitor also the same syntax, and dollar strobe also same syntax. Okay, and for displaying your binary numbers, you are going to use a format specifier %b, and for decimal numbers you are going to use a format specifier as %d, and for hexadecimal numbers you are going to use a format specifier %h, and for octal numbers you are going to use format specifier as %o. For example, you can simply write down dollar display, the value of a is %d, comma a. Like this, you can display whatever the value you wanted to display, or whatever the thing you wanted to display, right? Now, let us try to understand this with some examples, and let us frame some cases here. So let me start with the case number one. Let me open this. I'm using EDA background. Okay, let me select the tools. Now here I'm going to declare a module example, and in this let me declare a variable reg a, which is equal to, okay, let me declare it here without initializing. And within an initial begin and block, we haven't discussed initial begin and block yet. We will discuss it. Okay, now so within an initial begin and block, what are we going to do is we are simply going to write down a is equal to 4-tick binary 0010. Okay, and I'm going to use dollar display. The value of a is percentage b. This is my format specifier for printing my binary numbers, comma a. Okay, and followed by end module. Now, can anyone tell me what will be the value of a that will be printed in the console? Just, it's a simple answer. Yes. So what will be printed? Simply 0010 will be printed. Yes. So simply 0010 will be printed in the console. That we already know. Okay. Now what I am doing is I am basically using this display function before the assignment. That means I am using it here. Now what will be printed? Take your time and please let me know what will be printed. Yes. What do you think? What will be printed? Whether 0010 will be printed in the console? If I'm using dollar display above my uh, assignment. Okay. So let me show you what is getting printed. So I'm getting all unknowns. Okay. So this is case one. Let me frame few cases. Let me write down these cases also, so that it will be very easy to analyze these concepts. So this is my case one. So case one is, what I'm doing is I'm using my dollar display before the assignment. Dollar display before the assignment. And in this case, what are we getting the value of a? We are getting the value of a to be 4-tick binary x x x x. Okay. Why we are getting? Because dollar display is used before the assignment. Okay, yes. And now let me what I will do is, this is my case one. Okay, case one I have shown you. Now let me write down the case two. So before that, let me come in this and let me write down it as case one. Okay, now let me come in this and coming to case two. Now coming to case 2, what I am going to do is I am going to use a non-blocking assignment, 4-tick binary 0010. Okay, and I am going to use this dollar display statement here. Let me copy this and paste it over here and save this and run it. Now, what do you think the value will be printed in the case 2? Okay, so in the console only you can see the value of A is getting printed as the value of A which is getting printed as unknowns. Okay, this is my case 2. So I'll explain the reasons. First of all, let us write down these cases. So in my case 2, if I'm using a non-blocking assignment, that is a non-blocking of 4-tick binary, some value 1010, and I'm using my dollar display statement. And I'm using my dollar display statement for printing the value. Okay. Now in this particular case, I'm getting the value of a printed as unknown. This is my case 2. Okay, which I'm considering. Now, let me consider my case 3. Let me consider my case 3. This is my case 2 which I have written. Okay, in the case 2, I am getting my output as don't case. Okay. Now, let me consider the case 3. What is my case 3 is, I am going to use this dollar display statement before the assignment. Before the assignment, I am going to use it. Now, can anyone tell me what will be my display statement that will be displayed in the case 3? Please take your time and please let me know. In case 3, what will be the value that will be displayed? What will be the value of a that will be displayed that will be displayed if I am using dollar display statement before my assignment? Okay, let's see what is getting printed. So in the case 3, if I am using my dollar display statement before the assignment, I am getting unknown. Okay, so I will write down the case 3 also. So case 3, if I am using dollar display statement first, followed by the assignment, that is a non-blocking of 4-tick binary 1010. Then also in this case, my result is a is equal to unknowns only. Okay, this is my case 3. So case 1 was using dollar display statement before the assignment. Then also I am getting unknowns only. This assignment is a blocking assignment we are using. And the case 2 was we were using a non-blocking assignment and dollar display statement was below this. Then also we were getting unknown only. Here the important thing to be noted is we were using a non-blocking assignment. And if we were using dollar display statement below this also, we are getting unknown. And if we are using dollar display statement above this also, we were getting unknown. Okay, here also we are using non-blocking with our dollar display statement. Okay, these three cases, are they clear? Just try to see what are we getting the results. Just focus upon the results. The reason for the results we will discuss. First, I will build all the cases which are present, then we will discuss the reason. Now let us take another case. This is my case 3. Okay, this is my case 3. Now let us take one more case, case 4. What is case 4 which I am going to take is, let me copy this assignment, paste it over here. A blocking assignment I am going to use. Okay, here I have already written it. Yeah, I am using a blocking assignment I am going to use, and after some delay, that is my inter-assignment delay, I am displaying the value of my a. I am displaying the value of my a. Now, can anyone able to guess this answer? What will be my value that will be printed? Whether the actual value will be printed or unknown value will be printed. Can anyone able to guess this? Take your time. Until then, I will write down here. So my case 4 I will write down. And I'm using dollar display statement. What I'm writing is a is equal to 4-tick binary 1010. and after some delay, I'm displaying. I'm using $display statement. I'm using my $display statement. This is my case 4 which I'm using. And what will be my result? Anyone able to guess this? Any guess? Okay, so let me show you the answer, what I'm getting. In this case 4, so case 4, I'm getting the actual value, that is 0010. So in the case 4, I'm getting the actual value, that is 0010. I will write down here. Result I am getting 0, or in this particular example 1010 getting printed. If you carefully observe, in the case 4, I'm able to get the actual value printed, but in the previous case, I will show you in the code. In the previous case, when we were using, okay, I've erased it, I think. Let me write down that case also. In this particular case, when the display statement was below this assignment also, I was not able to print the value of e. I was getting unknown only. But if I'm adding inter assignment delay, not intra assignment delay, if I'm adding inter assignment delay, then I can able to get the value printed. Okay, I will explain the reason. First, let us build the cases. Okay, now is it clear? Any doubts or any queries up to the 4 cases? So case 1 was using the $display statement with the blocking assignment without any inter-assignment delay. And case 2 was using non-blocking assignment with $display statement. And case 3 was using $display first and after that assignment. And case 4 using the delay statement. Okay. In this case also, I was getting the actual value that is printed. And in this case also, I'm getting the value printed. Let's see the next case. I will write down the results also. In this case, the value of A is getting printed. Okay, and in this case the value of A is not getting printed. Default value is getting printed. Default value is printed in this case. Okay, case 2. And in the case 3, we were having A is equal to A non-blocking 4-tick binary 0010. In this case also, the previous value or default value of A is getting printed in this case also. Okay, and the case 4, the actual value is printing. The actual value of, or you can say the present value of A is getting printed. Present value of A is getting printed. This is my case 4 which I have written here. Okay, and let me comment this. Now, next is my case 5. Let's see what is my case 5. So in the case 5, what I am going to do is A non-blocking assignment of 4-tick binary 0010. Okay, and I am using this $display statement. $display. Let me copy this and paste it over here. Okay, let's see what are we getting printed. Okay, this is already we have written in the case 2. In the case 5, what I am going to do is add a delay in between. Okay, and let me run this. So we are getting 0010 that is getting printed. So in the case 2, when there was no delay, in the case 2, when there was no delay between these two statements, my previous value of A is getting printed. But in this case 5, when there was delay, my present value, my value of this A is getting printed. Okay, when I'm using this delay. Okay, this is my case 5. Let me note down this case 5 also. Let us discuss. So in the case, if I'm writing A non-blocking of 4-tick binary 0010 with inter-assignment delay, you can give any delay, and if you are using $display statement, my result is getting printed. Okay, that is my result is A is equal to 0010 is getting printed in this case. Okay, this is my case 5. Now, what about my case 6? Let us take one more case here. Case 6. So in my case 6, what I am going to do is I am going to write down A with the blocking assignment hash 1 4-tick binary 0010. This is my intra assignment delay, and I'm going to use my dollar display statement here. Okay, and yeah, let us see what we are getting in this particular case. This is my case 6. Let me run this. You can also note this down, these cases. After discussing all the possible cases, we will discuss the reason for this, reason for each and every case. So in the case of case 6 also, we are getting the value that is getting printed. Okay, so here in the case 6, my value is getting printed. I will write down this case 6 also. A, if I'm using a blocking operator with intra-assignment delay 4-tick binary 0010, and I'm using my dollar display statement, and my value is getting printed. That is a value I can able to see as 4-tick binary 0010. Okay. Now this is my case 6. Now what about case 7? What is another combination we can use is with the non-blocking assignment. We are using blocking assignment with intra-assignment delay, right? Now we will use non-blocking assignment with intra-assignment. Case 7. So what is my case 7 is a non-blocking of #1 4-tick binary 0010. And let me display this. Let me copy this dollar display and paste it over here. Save this. So in this case, I am getting unknowns. Okay. Let me note down this case 7 also. So in case 7, if I am using a non-blocking operator with intra-assignment delay 4-tick binary 0010, and if I am using my dollar display statement, then I am getting the value as unknown. A value as xxxx. Okay, this was my case 7. Now let's see one more case, case 8. So in the case 8, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an inter-assignment delay and intra-assignment delay 0010. Okay, and I'm going to use this dollar display statement. This is my case 8. Okay, and let me write down the case 9 also. In the case 9, I'm going to use the same thing, but I'm going to use a non-blocking assignment operator. Okay, yes. Let me comment the case 9. First, let us see the result of my case 8. Let me run this. So the result of my case 8 is I'm getting the value printed. And let's see the result of my case 9. So in the case 9, I'm not able to get my result. I'm getting the result to be unknown. Okay. Okay. So let's reveal the reasons for them. So what is the actual reason why this is happening? Let us try to understand so that the things will be more clear. Let us try to analyze this 9 cases first, and let us move with some more cases after discussing the reasons for this 9 cases. Okay. Now, so first of all, to understand the reason for why it is happening, so we need to understand the very important concept which is known as Verilog event scheduler. So what do you mean by event scheduler? Let us try to understand. So if we have initial, begin, simply if we are writing A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1, end. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me at what time my A value is equal to 0 and B value is equal to 1? At what time this assignment is getting happening? At what time my value of A is getting 0 and B is equal to 1? Exactly. At time t is equal to 0, my value of A is getting 0 and my value of B is getting 1. Right? Now let's say if I am using A is equal to 0 inside my initial block or always block anything, B is equal to 1, and #2, A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0. Now, after how many time units or at which time my second assignment of B is happening? That is whether when is my B is equal to 0 happening? Okay. Now, in this particular example, we have two time slots. In this particular example, we have two time slots. This is time slot t is equal to 0 and this is time slot t is equal to 2. And if we have one more delay, then another time slot will be added for this. Another time slot will be added for this. T is equal to 3 is the time slot, right? Now, what the compiler is going to do is it is going to create an event scheduler for each and every time slot. For each and every time slot, it is going to create a event scheduler. Now, in this particular example, we have three time slots. So for t is equal to 0, whenever our t is equal to 0, compiler will go into a event list. So basically, we are going to have few events. First one is active region, and next one is inactive region. This we are not supposed to use. This is not recommended, so we are not going to discuss about this. And next is NBA region, and after this what we have, time t is equal to 2. So after this the compiler is going to a next time slot, that is t is equal to 2. For t is equal to 2 also, again events will be created. So the compiler is going to execute these events one by one. One is active, and if we have one more time slot, then it will go to the next time slot, whichever which is present, or else the simulation will end. Okay. Now let us try to understand what is meant by this active region, what is meant by this inactive and BA postpone. Okay. So the very first region which we are going to have is our active region. Whether it may be any time slot, whether it may be any time slot, whether it is t is equal to 0 or t is equal to 2, or whether it may be anything. First of all, the compiler will be in this particular region, that is active region. So in this particular active region, what is going to happen is blocking assignments are going to be executed. Blocking assignments are executed in this region. And next is evaluation of RHS. Evaluation of RHS of NBA is going to happen. NBA is nothing but non-blocking assignments. And continuous assignments are going to happen. Continuous assignments we will discuss later in this particular course. Okay. And next is $display statement is going to be executed in this active region, and followed by evaluation of inputs and updation of your gate primitives is going to happen. Evaluation of inputs and updation of your gate primitives is going to happen in this region. Updation of outputs of gate primitives. In gate level modeling, we have seen gate primitives, right? That updation will be happening in which region? Active region. Okay. And followed by, yeah. So these are the things which are going to be performed in the active region. Whenever the compiler is in time t is equal to 0 time slot, or whichever the time slot it is in, first of all, it will be in the active region. After completing each and everything in the active region, it is going to the next, that is nothing but inactive region. This is not recommended. We are not going to use it in our coding. So just after this, it will go to the NBA region. Next, it is going to the postpone region. Then after, it is going to the active region. And again, inactive region, NBA region, postpone region. Is it clear for everyone? How the compiler is working, is it clear? How the compiler is executing each and every region, is it clear? So whenever a time slot has been started, the compiler is going to start with the active region, then it is going to the inactive region, NB region, postpone region, and again active, inactive, NBA, postpone. What is the inactive, what is NBA, what is postpone, that and all we are going to learn. First of all, tell me how the compiler is working. Is it clear for everyone? Any doubts or any queries in this? Or shall I explain it one more time? Okay. So what is happening? What we have written, A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1. This is my time slot, T is equal to 0. At T is equal to 0, these assignments are happening. And we have written hash 2. That means this is my time slot, T is equal to 2. And again we have written hash 3, A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1. This is my T is equal to 3. So whatever the time slot we are writing, for every time slot, some particular events will be created. This is for time slot T is equal to 0. These are the events which will be created. The compiler first it will execute this event, then after it is going to the inactive, NBA, postpone. After completing all these events only, compiler is going to the next time slot, that is t is equal to 2. Again in this t is equal to 2, it is going to execute all these events. Okay. Now in the case of my active region, these are all the processes the compiler is going to perform. What it is going to perform? It is going to perform blocking assignments, and it is going to evaluate the RHS of NBA. It is going to perform continuous assignments, $display statements. It is going to execute in the active region, and evaluation of inputs and updation of outputs in the gate primitives. This we will discuss in detail. First of all, tell me whether can you able to understand this flow. The actual working and actual explanation I will explain. First of all, I want the response that whether you have understood the flow, how the compiler is executing all this event. Yeah. Now, now let us try to understand what is actually happening in the active region. Okay. Now, if I simply write within an initial beginning block, if I simply write initial begin, A is equal to 1 end. Okay, then an event will be created for this time slot t is equal to 0, and in this time slot t is equal to 0 there is a region which is known as active region that we have already seen. Now in the case of active region, what is going to happen? Blocking assignments are executed. That means the value of your right hand side will be assigned to the left hand side. That is, we are using a blocking assignment, right? This will be executed in the active region. Blocking assignments will be executed in the active region. Okay, so afterwards we don't have any time slot or we don't have any display statement, anything, right? Simulation will end. Okay, this is case one. Now if we write initial begin A is equal to 0, blocking assignment I'm using, followed by dollar display. Okay, then what is going to happen? We are writing your blocking assignment and dollar display also we are writing. So in the active region we have seen blocking assignments will be executed and dollar display statement will also be executed in the active region only. So that is why this statement will be printed and our compilation will be end. Okay. Now let's say if I have initial begin A is a non-blocking of 0 end. Okay, a non-blocking of 0 and that's it. Simply I'm writing a non-blocking of 0 and now what is going to happen in the case of active region? What is present here? Evaluation of RHS of non-blocking assignment. Evaluation of RHS of non-blocking assignment. That is, in the case of my active now first of all, this is my time slot t is equal to 0. This is my time slot t is equal to 0. For this time slot t is equal to 0, events will be created. Active region, inactive region, NBA region, and postpone region are created. Now, in the case of my active region, what is going to happen? Only evaluation of RHS is going to happen. That is, what is the RHS value that is evaluated. But updation is not happening in the active region. Here in the case of active region, nowhere I have written updation of RHS to LHS in the case of NBA region. Only blocking assignments are executed. That's it. In the case of non-blocking assignments, I have just written evaluation of RHS of NBA region, not updation. In the case of active region, nowhere you can see updation of RHS to LHS. That means LHS value is not updated in my active region. I will write down here LHS of NBA non-blocking assignment is not updated, is not updated in active region, in active region. This point, is it clear or not? Yes or no? So in the case of my active region, LHS value is not updated in the case of active region. Only evaluation is happening in the case of my active region. Is it clear or not? Yes or no? Begin A non-blocking of some value 1 in this particular example, and I'm using dollar display statement. Okay, and I'm using dollar display statement. A is some percentage d comma a I'm writing and followed by end I'm going to write. Now from the explanation which I have given right now, can anyone tell me whether what is the value of my A that will be displayed? So you can see the event scheduler also, this one. In the active region, we have dollar display statement, and in the active region only evaluation of RHS of NBA, but not the updation is happening. Now, from this explanation and from this analysis, can anyone tell me what is the value of A that will be printed? In the active region, my dollar display statement will be executed, and in the active region only, my A value is not updated. Now, what will be the value of A that will be printed? Obviously unknown. Okay, why it is unknown? Here in this particular example, my A value that will be printed is equal to unknown. Why I am getting unknown? Because if you can carefully see here, in the case of your active region only, dollar display statement is getting executed, but the RHS, but the LHS is not getting updated. Only the RHS is evaluating, but the LHS is not getting updated. Okay, in the case of your active region, that's why I am getting the previous value of A that is printed. What is the previous value of A in this example? It is unknown because it is declared as rich. Is it clear up to here? Any doubts or any queries? Begin A blocking of one dollar display. I'm printing the value of A. I'm printing the value of A. Now what will be printed? Whether unknown will be printed or the actual value of A is printed. In this particular example, what will be printed? I'm using a blocking assignment and I'm using a dollar display statement. Now what will be printed? Exactly 1, 1. Why? Because blocking assignment we are using, updation is happening in the active region only. Updation is happening in the active region only, and dollar display is also used in the active region only. So the present value of A is that is getting printed. That is the reason. That is the reason in this cases when we were discussing, where is this case? So case 1, we were getting the present value of A that is getting printed. But in the case 2, if we were using non-blocking assignment with our dollar display statement, what are we getting printed? We were getting unknown value. Why unknown value? Because here we are using a non-blocking assignment. So in the active region, A value is not updated. Okay. But in the active region, my dollar display statement is called. So what it will print? It will print the previous value of A. That's why we were getting the previous value of A is nothing but it is declared as red, right? So that's why we are getting unknown that is getting printed. That is the reason for that. Okay. So is this two cases clear? This is a very important point to be understood. This is mainly asked in interview written test. So many will be confused in this. Is it clear? Or if you want, I will explain one more time. Now, let us try to understand one more case. What are we writing is A non-blocking of 4-tick binary 0010 and #1 dollar display. We are printing the value of A is equal to %D, comma A. Now, what will be the value of A that will be printed? Can anyone tell me whether it is unknown or whether it is 0010? Think about it. What will be the value of A that will be printed in this particular example, whether it is uh, unknown or whether it is 0010. Okay, so let me tell you the answer. Here I will get A value to be printed as 4-tick binary 0010. The A value will be printed as 0010. What is the reason for this is, now can anyone tell me when is this assignment is getting what is the time slot of this assignment? This time slot is nothing but t is equal to 0. And where is this display statement being executed or written? It is written in the time slot t is equal to 1, because here we have #1, right? So this will come on that the time slot t is equal to 0, and this statement will come on that the time slot t is equal to 1, because we are having #1, right? Now, so for t is equal to 0, one event scheduler has been created like this. For t is equal to 0, one events will be created, and for t is equal to 1, another events has been created. Right? I have shown you right previously also. Okay. Now, we have written non-blocking 4-tick binary 0010. Okay. So, in the active region, this is my active region. Left hand side value is not updated. At t is equal to 0, my left hand side value is not updated in the active region. Okay, but when is my left hand side value is updated? In which region my left hand side value of my NBA is updated is, that is my NBA region. So in my NBA region, my left hand side value of my assignment will be updated. I will write down here. So in NBA, my LHS of non-blocking assignment will be updated. Will be updated. Okay. In the active region, only assignment is happening. Okay. In the active region, only evaluation is happening, but not the updation. But actual updation to the LHS when it is happening in the NBA region. So active region has been completed. Then it will go to the inactive region in the time slot t is equal to 0 only. And then it will go to the NBA region. And in the NB region, your value of A will be updated to 1010. Okay. And then it will come to postpone region. And from this postpone region, your compiler will go to the next time slot because in this code we have right. Okay. Next time slot. And in the next time slot, you have your active region again. And in this active region, you have written $display statement. Now, what happens if you are using this $display statement? This $display statement will show you the previous value of your A. That is nothing but your 1010. It is going to show you the previous value of your A because in this time slot there is no assignment has been written. So you are just simply writing A is equal to percentage D. It is going to show you the previous value of your A. That is nothing but it is 1010. This is what it is happening. So you need to remember that in the case of your NB region, your LHS of your non-blocking assignment will be updated. And after that, it is going to postpone region. And we have written #1, right? So that's why it is going to the next time slot. And in the next time slot, in the active region, you have written $display statement and no other assignment you have written in the next time slot. So what it is doing, it is just printing the previous A value. That's it. This is what it is happening. That's why we are able to get the value of E that is getting printed. So is it clear? I've tried my level best to explain this particular thing. Is it clear? Okay. Yes. So this is the reason while we were simulating this particular thing, A blocking of this here we are getting the exact value that is getting printed. And here that's why we are not able to get the value that is getting printed. And here also obviously display statement is written before the assignment, so the value is not getting printed. That is the reason. And here okay, this particular case we haven't discussed it. I will discuss it. This case, yeah, this example I will give, this reason I have given. A non-blocking assignment 0010 #1 $display. So a non-blocking assignment 0010, so this comes under time slot t is equal to 0. This is under t is equal to 0 time slot, and this comes under t is equal to 1 time slot. So for t is equal to 0 time slot, one regions have been created, and in the NBA region actual value is updated to the LHS, and after postpone we are going to the next time slot. In the next time slot, in the active region where our display statement is called. In the active region our display statement is called. Okay. And we are not doing any assignment in a second time slot. So what is happening? Our previous value of A is getting displayed. That is the reason we were able to get the previous value. Okay, let me uncomment this and let me show you the result also. Previously I have shown you. One more time I will show it. So we were getting 0010. But if I am removing this delay, then what is happening? Your non-blocking assignment you have written and display statement you have written, and these two are in the same time slot. So what happens? This will be called in the active region, and this value is not yet updated in the active region. So this value will be updated in the NBA region. So that's why we are getting the previous value of A if we are using this $display statement. That is, we are getting A is equal to unknown. A is equal to unknown. We are getting. Okay. Yes, so that's about your this different type of cases and event scheduler introduction. So in next session we will discuss in more number of cases with their reasons. Okay. So up to here, is it clear or any other doubts or any other queries?